is up, everybody? Welcome to Funkatopia WTF. I got the big old mug here, of course. I'm your host, Mr. Christopher. This is Jeff Page.
Hey, I've been banned temporarily. Everybody, I've been banned from the and I can't do that. Oops, I just did it. Dag, the ban's gonna have to be lifted now.
It's all right. It's okay. He doesn't need to get a shout out like every single show now.
I'm just gonna have to let it go.
We are actually live on tonight. I was like, hey, we have an upgraded account. We can like broadcast to more. So tonight we're actually broadcasting to Facebook, to YouTube, to Mixcloud, to Twitch, and to Twitter.
Oh, so cool. What's up, all Twitch people and our Twitter folks, or X folks? There are X's.
We are broadcasting from everywhere. Donna, we are doing fantastic. I saw your message. Thank you for coming in early. We greatly appreciate it. I know we normally do this pre-shows at 7:45, but it's just, it's one of these days. Hope everybody can hear me fine. I've got a brand new mic here, but it's a different type of setup because I could talk about technical issues, but we got so much to talk about. It's like
my mic check one, 1 2.
Mic check 1 2. What is this?
My mic sounds nice. Check 1. Hey, Christopher, Indiana. Let me get some locations. Anita, Minneapolis. Let's get this going. Twin Cities.
Kimberly, West Fargo, North Dakota. Man, there's so many people. Man, there's just so many fine folks in here. Trish, of course. Amito, how's it going? Lisa, what's going on? Linda, what's going on? Yeah. So tonight we are just, we've had interviews just booked. I was just noticing we haven't done a free for all in a long time. We've just kind of been slamming out interviews where there's so much news to talk about, purple stuff that we have not had time to talk about because every time we do an interview, these interviews kind of go long, which is fantastic. I mean, it's great. It's fantastic.
Killer interviews, but they are.
Yeah. Yeah. You cannot complain about long interviews, especially when it's awesome guests. It's just and what was great is just like for those who joined us last week, we had the amazing Marvin King on the show, and like no joke, there was like a large portion of questions and things that I wanted to dig into that we did not even touch.
Oh yeah, even scratch the surface.
Yeah, I mean, and there's so many different artists that are like that. Where these people that just kind of fly under the radar that you just don't realize it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And
Milwaukee checking in. What's up? Pittsburgh in the house.
Yeah, there you go. So I had to drag Jeff Page away from the TV today.
This was a struggle. It was a struggle. All right. So Pacers, Celtics. Come on. I mean, yeah.
Well, here's the question.
Those of you who hate Boston, I'm a Celtics guy. I'm Boston all the way. So, hate me if you wanna, but I want to see game 1. But Chris did say that. He's like, it's game 1. Who cares?
It makes no difference who wins tonight. It really doesn't. When they get to game 3 and somebody is setting up 3-0, then it's a whole different ball game. But then you're like, oh, I gotta watch, but it's like it has this game is just somebody's got to win it. It's a 50-50 shot, and it's not. I tuned out when the Knicks got booted. I was just like, well, this is deja vu. So here we go.
This is what's really crazy about that is I've never rooted for New York Knicks. I just never have, and I love the Pacers. I've loved them for years, but this time I was like, it would be kind of cool to see a Boston, New York, to bring that back.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I would kind of like to see that.
That's like history.
I would have loved to see Boston spank New York. Yes, I said it. But it's not going to happen this time. So
it's okay. It's all right. It'll be all right.
Somebody not born yet. Okay.
We're still we're not in the pre-show anymore. So now we got to move into the regular show. We didn't start the pre-show at 7:45 like we meant because again we were working through some technical things with the mic switching, and now I don't have any sound effects to share. So Jeff Page is going to be the one responsible for the sound effects tonight.
I usually sneak them in anyways. You know they're coming. At some point, I'm gonna sneak something in.
And I will make sure that I anyways, we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, so we need to get to it because we have some things that have nothing to do with music. We're going to start with those. The top three things that have nothing to do with music. We have then we're going to talk about some music stuff that have nothing to do with Purple or Prince or anything princely or
Just
whatever.
regular.
And then we're going to move into the Purple news. And of course, we're obviously going to talk about the very, very cool Prince birthday week that's happening up in Minnesota that Jeff and I will be up on June 6th. And we're going to be doing this bowling event with Maite and Shelby J. And there's going to be some other people there too. And I don't under I need to send a text message to certain people and say, when are you going to announce that you're there? Because
Right?
I mean,
We
right
wanna talk
now,
about it.
well, I mean, because right now, and we also have tonight, we have the drawing. We have the drawing for the 2 tickets that we are going to do a giveaway tonight to join us for the bowling event in Minnesota. Actually, it's in Eden Prairie. Yeah, I said Minnesota. That's right. I thought I said Minneapolis. But yeah, it's just there's a lot going on in Minnesota during Prince's birthday, especially that Wednesday through Sunday. There's going. I mean, starts with Wednesday with flight time at with the. I mean that's a whole event that's happening. I'm not going to do the whole set schedule.
we'll
Then we'll be at the bowling thing on Thursday, and then it ends on Sunday with the amazing Michael Gabriel, current guitarist for Sheila E. But he's got an amazing solo album called Genesis, and he's doing a concert in Minneapolis. So it's going to be an amazing packed.
And you know the album's awesome because you hear one of those songs every intro when we come on the show. So, you have
That's
to
right.
know Michael Gabriel is the bomb.
That's right, Stone. ATL standing up in the house. ATL, right here.
Wait.
That's right. You're welcome. ATL. Yeah. So the ATLians will be present in Minnesota. I keep saying that.
Minnesotians? Wait.
What was the other one? What was the other one that somebody said? Minneapolitans or something like that?
Minneapolitans? Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
I'm gonna find a way to make it feel right.
Yeah, so ATL will be in the house on June 6th. We'll be there June 5th too. I don't know if we're going to be going to the flight time event. If everything works out schedule wise, yeah, I'll go. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
and I can hang out with Jelly Bean Johnson because he's a good friend of mine. He's been on the show a few times, and we've hung out many a time at the Minnesota Music Cafe, and he's a really great dude. So
let me just say about Jelly Bean, isn't he the all right, new word, smiliest person you know? He is always bing. Just, I like it.
What is this? P-Funk meme says, we'll have to find out more about this. I can't wait for the Violet the Oregon Grinder. I'm assuming it's not the Oregon. Violet the Oregon Grinder swingers party at the Red Roof in Minneapolis.
What?
I don't have that one on my schedule, but P-Funk, if you could send details to funkatopia@gmail.com, I'll be more than happy to pass on that debauchery to all the fine folks here.
I don't know what he's talking about, but I haven't been on a swing in years. That's not what he's talking about? Playground?
No,
I've been at the playground.
So. All right. Put up your pink flamingos and your upside down pineapples. Pull them inside. If you don't know, now you know.
Oh my god.
That's what I heard. Who was it? Fortune Feemster. She was doing in her stand-up. She said that swingers will identify. I don't know why we're going down a rabbit hole already. We haven't even started the show. I'm in a rabbit hole, but she said that swingers, she was invited into some people's house, and apparently they identify themselves by putting pink flamingos out in their yard, which has got to be really confusing in Florida.
Right.
Or what they do is they put pineapples upside down on their porch.
What?
I'm just telling you, that is a thing.
An upside down pineapple? What does that mean? Is that like Bikini Bottoms? Is that like SpongeBob kind of?
I don't know. Pineapple upside down cake. I don't know. I I don't know, but it's on. So that's the thing. All right,
So next
let's
time
get
I'm
on
out,
with it.
I'm gonna search for those things. I'm gonna look for
Uh,
upside down pineapples.
yes. Why? It's just
I
like it's just so you
don't
can point and
know.
go, ooh.
Ooh,
Uh,
I can point and go. Okay, I'm gonna stop now.
we're already. It's just like already going downhill already. Like this is just. Anyways, all right. So okay.
Wait, wait.
I
Okay.
meant to tell you. Did I tell you last week that my mom watches like every one of my episodes?
Oh, oops. Oops.
She just told me we're just talking about this. I went over to her house last weekend and she says, I watch all your episodes. I don't like some of the things you talk about. I was like, I don't remember specifically talking about anything. And this was that the night that we talked about the backstage passes at the Together show and how they accidentally gave us an all access pass. And we did this little theatric thing. It's like, oh, if you want it, you need to come get it. And
Jeez.
and she was just like, I didn't really appreciate it. I was like, oh boy.
Sorry, Mrs.
So.
H. Not that commercial. Wee, wee. Sorry, Mrs. H. I don't know.
It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. It's fine. All right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Let's talk about the top 3 things that have nothing to do with anything music related or anything. But I found this very, very, and just a few things that I found interesting. That some are a little pensive, some are just strange and bizarre. I just, I don't really know. Anyways, it's just things that kind of catch my eye, and I'm just like, I think I'm going to talk about that. The first thing is apparently, I don't know if you read about this, but Joe Biden is going after votes. He is obviously this whole. Did you vote today? Not. This is not for the presidential race, but for all your local stuff. Did you vote today?
I did not today.
Yeah, I did.
No.
I didn't know most of what they were asking me. It was just like, yes, I guess. No, I guess. Who's that? Click. All right.
Kinda. Is that an option?
Right. So Biden decided that he was going to come up with a brand new plan, I guess, that he is going to move forward on federally. And I don't know if anybody has seen this, but let's watch this little 45-second video that talks about his latest thing that he's going to be doing. Let's check it out.
This is monumental. Today, my administration took a major step to reclassify marijuana from a Schedule I drug to a Schedule III drug. It's an important move toward reversing long-standing inequities. Today's announcement builds on the work we've already done to pardon a record number of federal offenses for simple possession of marijuana. And it adds to the action we've taken to lift barriers to housing, employment, small business loans, and so much more for tens of thousands of Americans. Look, folks, no one should be in jail merely for using or possessing marijuana, period. Far too many lives have been upended because of failed approach to marijuana, and I'm committed to righting those wrongs. You have my word on it.
Wow. So
what most people don't realize is following that they questioned his cabinet, and the cabinet said,
all right.
I'm sorry.
That's a long clip. Yeah. First off, I agree that it should be legalized, but let's listen. Let's talk about this just for a second. I mean, not for
No.
First off, it's legal in California, but there are still a ton of people that are still sitting in the prisons because they were arrested for marijuana possession.
Right.
And so, it's insane. It's like once it's legalized, go ahead and just let them out because obviously it's okay now. So, well, it wasn't okay when he did. Well, it doesn't matter. I think this is going to end up being a huge mess. I just think it's going to just be a huge mess. And first off, the other thing too is that I don't believe it's going to happen. Right. Just because of the fact that what he's trying to do, the amount of work that it will take to push this through, especially in the Bible Belt. I mean, and just anywhere in the places where it is,
Right.
Right.
And that doesn't help the people that are already affected. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where, okay, you're going to try to change things going forward, but what about, that you need to do more. That's all I say. There's got to be more to it.
Right.
So.
And a couple people here later said, how about more important things like affordable household for working class people? Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. And Lisa makes a good point. Change to Schedule 3 won't change anyone's sentence. Yeah, I agree with that too. But here's the thing. But he included it in his little speech. He included it. He was like, this is what we're going to do. And it's silly that people are in jail for this. And it's like, well, okay, well, if you're not, this is all we're approaching voting here in November. And, unless it's just, it's amazing how much gets done during an election year. It's just, it's staggering.
Well, how much gets discussed, not discussed, but discussed. You know what I mean? Talked about.
Yeah, discussed. DISCUSSED. I got it. Discussed. Yeah. How many promises? Yeah, it's all about those votes. It's all about the votes for sure.
It's fluff. That's it. Yeah, Peggy. Yeah. It's fluff for votes, and they're a lot of politicians are fluffers. They're really good at it. Unfortunately, it is what it is.
Here's something that has nothing to do with anything, but I just found it interesting that this lady right here. This is the second thing I want to talk about. This lady right here, her name is Bronnie. It's Bonnie with an R. Bronnie Ware, Ware. And she has written this book called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. And basically, she is an end-of-life nurse. And she has asked hundreds of patients that are on their deathbed, what are the 5 things that you absolutely positively regret that you feel like, you wish you could have done in your lifetime or whatever it was?
Is this going to get this depressing?
No, it's not going to get depressing at all. This is actually going to just, it's a thinker. This is one of those, this pensive moments. And so, you don't have to buy her book. I'm going to give you the 5 things.
Yeah. Right, well, Bronnie Ware sounds like something you put on like for an event. Get my Bronnie Ware. Okay.
It's like, anyways, so here are the 5 things that the top 5 regrets of the people that she questioned. Number 5, I wish I had let myself be happier.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think it's a good one.
Because people do not allow themselves to be happy. They're so intense in these moments. They're not enjoying these moments.
Oh, yeah, especially online. Online, it's just like people are just miserable. People are miserable all the time. It's just right. And that's the other thing, too. This is not supposed to be depressing. This is supposed to be, okay, well, you are not on your deathbed. I mean, if you are, thank you for watching.
God. You got a few more minutes.
Thank you for spending your final moments with us. But reflect on these things. I'm sure.
Now's your chance. Now's your chance. It's almost over. Glad you're here. Glad you're here for now.
Oh my God.
So we'll be like, see you next week, but not you. And
okay. Not you. No. Anyways, all right. Thank you for spending your final moments with us. I think I turned up the red on my screen here. All right. So number 5, I wish that I had let myself be happier. That's a good one. Number 4, I wish that I had stayed in touch with my friends. I think that's a good one too.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, have you stayed in touch with your friends from high school and
friends?
Yeah. I'm guessing no.
No. I have communicated with them, and I will say that was a benefit that Facebook did give me, and it did allow me to reconnect. And there were some that tried to reconnect with me that I never liked and didn't like me either. Why are you trying to reconnect with me? So I'm going to say now, stop. I'm not going to friend you. I'm not going to accept your request. I didn't like you then. I don't like you now. Just getting that out. But all the rest, we good.
So I'm going to guess that this is not going to be on your top 5 regrets. No, I'm glad I kicked him to the curb.
There's a lot of friends that I do miss. Close ones and that were not that close that I really enjoyed their company. So, yeah, I can see that.
All right. Number 3, I wish that I had the courage to express my feelings. Nah. I can see that. I think there are a lot of people.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You just got to learn how to express yourself.
I can't express. I'm not good at that.
Number 2, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Well, that's always, I think everybody falls in that one. And number 1, is I wish that I had the courage to live a life true to myself and not the life others expected of me. She had to paraphrase that because I can't imagine that a lot of people said that exact same phrasing. I wish that I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. So basically, I wish I could have just been myself and not let other people tell me what I was going to be. So
seems like most people in that situation don't know what their true selves are. And so, you know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
right.
I get it. I think those are credible. Those are good top fives. I could feel some of those.
Yeah. There you go. Now the last one is top 3 things that have nothing to do with music, and then we're going to go into music. It was just a commercial that I saw, a 21-second commercial that after it got done, I was like, that couldn't have just happened. But apparently this commercial came out in 2004. So this commercial came out about 20 years ago, which is amazing to me that anything that happened in the early 2000s was 20 years ago. But I just watch this commercial. Don't shoot the messenger. I just want you to experience it the way that I experienced it.
Oh no.
Yes. Oh no. Oh no would be the right response. Let's watch this commercial that was on national television. It was on national television, and you just watch.
Are they smoking? Or are they gay? It's gay to smoke.
What?
That was on TV. Let me just be clear. That was on TV.
Why can't they be both? I mean,
was like, how
so dumb.
How did they get away with that on TV?
All right, wait. Where was that aired on TV? Like you saw that on a local? Like what? How is that
This
not
was
out of
actually
country?
yeah, this was on like a craziest commercials, and then I looked and I found it, and it was done by the National Institute. It was like a cancer institute. They had like a tagline at the bottom of that video, but it was done from one of these institutes that was like obviously trying to stop people from smoking. It was just like, and that was what you thought was a good idea. But
so now every time I'm out somewhere and I see two dudes stand close to each other, I'm just gonna lean over to someone to, are they smoking?
Or are they gay?
Anything else? Are they smoking? You know the rest.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I don't know why I want to say it like Batman.
I don't know. It's just ridiculous. All right, let's talk about music. Let's move away from everything that was that commercial.
Wait, how old was that commercial?
That's what it says. Wait. Stop. Where did this run? It ran on national television. I don't know specifically what channels, but it was a national television campaign that was played on regular ABC, NBC type of networks. This was in 2003, 2004. And people were like, what?
Before cancel culture.
But see, cancel culture was in 2004. I would think that, I mean, we weren't calling it that, but it was happening.
They were halfway doing it.
This seemed like something that I would see in like the 80s, or the 90s, something that was just like, we just didn't, it was just like, oh, nobody's going to get canceled. Yeah. Anyways, it's just
gay.
It's gay to smoke. Really? That's okay. All right. Yeah, I missed that one too. All right. Let's talk about music stuff. And so we can go through this music stuff and then go into some purple stuff as well. This is kind of a little bit purple, but the one, the only Childish Gambino.
Yes, sir.
Now, I saw him in 2019. Mm-hmm. I want to say it was 2019. I think it was 2019. And that was going to be his final tour. He was never going to do Childish Gambino again. He's doing basically a Parliament Funkadelic type of thing where he was just like, we're done.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it anymore. we're done. But anyways, he has released a new album that's actually an old album called Ada Vista. It actually came out about 4 years ago. Now, when I saw him in 2019, and I had actually bought a ticket to the show, he sent 3 or 4 songs from this album to all the ticket holders so that they could listen to them before the show, because he was going to play them at the show. He said, these aren't on all my other albums. These are new songs. Listen to them so that you can enjoy them when you hear them live, when we perform them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had already heard this album, but these are definitely revisions of this for sure. And originally it was released on 3/15/20. And so he kind of moved the numbers around, and then he re-released the album on 5/13 instead of 3/15. He did it on 5/13, so May 13th, 2024. And it's basically a revamped album, and it's pretty great. I mean, it's really, really good. But he does have a new album that is going to be coming out in the summer, this summer in 2024. And Lisa says, I love the new video. I have not seen it.
I haven't.
But I said, you know what? We had a good show. My daughter and I went to go see him. I can't remember where it was at. I want to say, I can't remember, it was at State Farm Arena. It was in downtown Atlanta. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was at Gwinnett Arena. I don't remember. Anyways, we saw him, and I said, well, let me see. Maybe I'll get some tickets and go see him this time. No, I'm not going to, because tickets right here on the side, are $499.
Man.
All the way up there in the nosebleeds. All the way up there in the nosebleeds are like 150, 160. I was just like, you're out your mind. If I had the yomp, lame brain, whoa, what boat you riding on? I was like, nope. So yeah, when I saw the $500, and on top of that, when your tickets get to this point, especially on Ticketmaster, the service fees go up in line with the price of the ticket. So that $499 ticket is going to end up costing you right about almost $700, basically about $700.
Right, exactly.
And which is insane. It's just ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. I think it's atrocious, 100% atrocious. But if you like it, if you like him, and I do, and I'm glad that I saw him. I think when we bought tickets, I looked to see how much we paid for tickets last time I saw him, and I think it was like $70 a ticket. So it was like $150 for both of us to go see him. And I was like,
it's expensive. It's ridiculous. And I love some Childish Gambino. I mean, he's awesome, but that's a lot. I'm just saying that's a hefty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just way too much.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, you want to take this next one?
I mean, I guess, because since you mentioned it, since we brought up Ticketmaster, we got something interesting going on. Taylor in Minnesota. Taylor Swift was there, and there's a bill signed into law in Minnesota. I guess it's kind of called the Taylor Swift bill by name, but it's actually, I think it's named after her album. I had the notes on that. It was like whatever that album name. It's like bill number 518 something, whatever that album.
Oh no, it's the bill is called 1989. It's 1989.
1989. That's it.
Which is her album name.
Yeah. So, but it requires ticket sellers to disclose their fees up front and prohibit resellers from selling more than one copy of a ticket. So it's actually kind of exposing what they're doing for people, kind of protecting people when they want to buy tickets. So it's holding them more accountable. So I think that's awesome thing. And they're putting it in Taylor Swift's stuff and all that because of that huge. Remember that Eras tour when Ticketmaster went bonkers and cheated all these people out, or whatever the proper legal terminology is, where all those people got screwed. That's kind of what it is. So they're doing something about it, and she was involved, and I think that's an awesome move. So
Yeah, and that's a picture of Governor Tim Walz sitting on a table in front of the stage at First Avenue in Minneapolis.
yeah.
And basically, that is the same governor who also signed over the rule to change the name of the highway in front of Paisley Park to Prince Rogers Nelson Memorial Highway.
Exactly.
So we had a picture of the same one, same governor. So this governor, liking this governor, he's very entertainment slanted for sure.
Right, he's paying attention for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So it's just it's very, very cool that he's out there doing and protecting people. But yeah, so it's definitely good. But I think while I like this law, I prefer to see a law that caps the amount of money that they can charge for a service fee. It is ridiculous. The amount of money that in a lot of cases, sometimes the service fees can equal the same price or just a little bit less than the actual price of the ticket. You buy a $350 ticket and they're hitting you with a $175 service fee. A service fee for what? It's just, what are you talking about? You're not even printing a ticket anymore.
I know.
There's
no people involved except the person who wrote the web page, who designed it and programmed it. The rest is no service. This shouldn't be a service fee for every single person, everything that goes out there. Or if they're gonna have it, it should be so low that it's like, oh, this is reasonable. Yeah,
it's just not. Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. All right, this next one is you too. Go ahead.
Sony Music. Hey, Sony Music, they dinged the tech giants, OpenAI, Microsoft, Google, and what they're claiming, what they're saying is that they've been using music from Adele and Beyonce and other artists, major artists of theirs, to train their AI. So those of you who are familiar with AI training, an AR model is using that music or pictures or whatever for it to grow and do whatever it does. So they sent demand letters out demanding all kinds of details. And the details are, where'd you get the music? What music did you use? How many songs? And all the detailed information, because they don't want these people doing it. I think that's an interesting direction, because they're training AI models and they're okay with them using everything else. Why not use the music? I'm like, how else is an AI model going to understand music but to use music that's out? So I don't know what the gray area in this is, but how are you going to pick this one thing and not pick anything else? It's kind of like, where do you go with that?
Yeah, I mean, this, even though we're not segueing into it now, because you kind of added this afterwards, but
sorry,
I would have segued into it. Would have been a good segue into the Drake versus Kendrick thing that we were going to be talking about, because obviously, I guess we could just fast forward to that just for a second.
Yeah.
Just for the segue purposes, but obviously you guys know all this beef that happened between Drake and Kendrick. It was just, it was kind of like a beef that shouldn't really have happened. It kind of got really, really out of control. But what's interesting about this is that part of this was a song that Drake had created that he actually used AI to recreate the voice of Tupac to make it sound like Tupac was singing a verse on Drake's, song.
Right.
And then he actually got approached and, totally, bashed by Tupac's estate, saying, you need to take that down. You need to take it down immediately, or we're going to sue you, because that's not, we do not have any type of agreement with you. And on top of that, you're using it to diss Kendrick, who has been a friend and supporter of the estate. Matter of fact, if you remember, I think it was Good Kid, Mad City. Was that the album where he ends the whole entire album where he literally has a discussion with Tupac at the end of it? I don't remember which album it was.
I don't remember which one.
But yeah, and I just thought about that just now, because I remember that at the end of one of his albums, I think it was Good Kid, Mad City, he had a whole entire discussion with Tupac. It was a recreated discussion where he took a pre-existing Tupac interview and he made it sound like he was asking the questions, but it sounded so natural, like there was an actual conversation happening. It was stunning.
Wow.
But it was such an amazing track. If you guys not heard it, it's at the very, very end of Good Kid, Mad City. I'm pretty sure. Elena says that is the album. But yeah, the dialogue that happens between him and Tupac, and he got it with the graces of the estate, of Tupac's estate.
Right.
Drake didn't even ask anybody. Not only that, but he used AI to recreate Tupac's voice. And that's just, that's just ridiculous. And
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, and for those that don't didn't follow the whole Drake versus Kendrick thing, it was hilarious. Because it was just so much back and forth between these two. It was pretty amazing. Yeah, I'm not going to even go over some of the little individual things, but
hit records. So.
Oh yeah, it did, because what ended up happening, I think what this is funny too, is because what happened with Kendrick is that he released out the final diss track in the back and forth was a song called "Not One of Us," and that one ended up becoming #1 on Spotify and #1 like I was driving down the road listening to, I think it was V103. I can't remember what station I was listening to. I was listening to one of the hip hop stations here in Atlanta, and the song came on the radio, and I was like, they're actually giving this airtime on the radio. I was like, wow. But what was really cool about it, I think also, well, there was some old guy that wrote an article in Forbes talking about this beef, and they were just like, well, obviously, this beef between Drake and Kendrick has done really, really well, because Kendrick's newest album has been on number 49 on the chart. He goes, now number 49 is not that great, but hey, at least it's something. It's like, oh, first off, time to frig out. The album that you're talking about that's at number 49 was an album that was released 4 years ago. So for an album that was released 4 years ago to be at 49, that's pretty great. Based on it was Mr. Morale, the Big Stepper, or whatever what the name of the album was. But yeah, it's just unfriggin' real.
Yeah.
But speaking of old guys, go ahead. What were we going to say?
I guess the point of all of it is that Sony and, with their beef, AI is really just prevalent. It's all over the place, and it's getting used, at a ridiculous level. When Sony sent out their letters, they hit over 700 firms. But the issue, and maybe you guys can comment, if you're watching it after fact, or comment here. The issue becomes, where's the line draw, or should there be a line? And we all know there should be, but where is it? Because if you're taking AI to deep fake a voice and creating, there's ramifications for that. If you're taking an AI and stealing, recreating exact music, there's other, it's a different scenario. So if you're using AI to create a model and it's not an exact duplicate of a song, I don't know. If they have enough songs that are like, this is too close, I get it. At that point, yeah, they have an argument. But if it's not doing that, I don't know. I don't know where the gray area is on that.
So I wanted to share this with you. Speaking of old guys, Chet Hanks, who is the son of Tom Hanks, the famous actor. Tom Hanks sent a text to Chet because he was interested in what this beef was going on. And he basically said, hey, big man, can you explain the Drake-Kendrick Lamar feud to me? And Chet apparently knew his stuff. And he says, this is what the text message says from Chet to Tom Hanks. Yeah, so Drake and this other dude, J. Cole, have been saying they along with Kendrick are the big three in rap. Then Kendrick put out a song saying, F the big three, it's just big me, initiating the beef. And then Drake was like, you got small feet because you're like 5'5" or whatever. And then Kendrick was like, you're a deadbeat dad, and made fun of his Canadian accent. So Drake came back and was like, oh yeah, well, I heard you beat your wife. But literally, like 30 seconds later, Kendrick put out a diss overshadowing Drake's diss, where he pretty much methodically dismantled Drake's entire psyche and called him a pedophile for flirting with young girls and revealing Drake had another kid that he was hiding from the world, which turned out to be false. And Drake came back and was like, haha, I got your A. I had people give you false info to make you look stupid. But it didn't matter because then Kendrick just dropped another West Coast banger where he really went in on labeling Drake a pedophile that was pretty much the sonic equivalent of when you took me to your high school in Oakland and we walked out in the basketball game and everybody started going nuts. Like if you heard it, you would just automatically know how to crip walk with a stank face while clutching an Oscar in each hand and with Marshawn Lynch. Then dap him up and tell him town business, which solidified the win not only for Kendrick, but the entire West Coast. That's kind of accurate, I guess. A lot of details left out, but oh my God. It's just,
Bottom line, it's ridiculous, but there's always been conflicts between, in rap or in the music industry it's as a whole. So, but they went kind of deep and heavy in that one. They really put out their personal fitness.
Nepo babies. Nepo babies are so funny.
It's so funny. Wait.
Anyways,
so cute.
Let's go back also because I want to talk about the one and only Eminem.
Wow. Yeah.
So you want to talk about? Do you want to do this one?
Do it.
So Eminem, he basically ran. He's got a brand new album that's coming out called "The Death of Slim Shady" Coup de Grace, and it's going to come out in the summer of 2024. In order to promote this album, he released a fake obituary for Slim Shady.
That's brilliant marketing.
So it made it look like, it just kind of made it look like it was, anyways. So basically the obituary reads, Slim Shady made lasting impressions. Fans will never forget controversial rapper. And just basically, I don't want to read this whole thing, but it basically goes on to basically say that he was, flourishing in the underground rap scene from the mid to late 90s, and he became a household name with the release of "Hi, my name is," and then of course everybody just saw that as his career went on, people began to realize that he was a little bit dark, and it was, with all the murdering and and whatnot that was going on. And then it says, ultimately, the very thing that seemed to be the tools he used to become calling cards that defined an existence that could only come to a sudden and horrific end. So essentially, he killed himself off. He killed himself. And on top of that, he also released a murder homicide drama style video also to go along with this, which is actually kind of funny a little bit. But here's this.
Through his complex and oft-criticized tongue-twisting rhymes, the blonde anti-hero known as has had no shortage of enemies.
He's not a friend. He's a psychopath.
The same rude lyrics and controversial antics may have ultimately led to his demise.
So who killed Slim Shady?
Join me as we recreate the events that led to the murder of Slim Shady.
I knew it was just a matter of time for Slim.
It's just brilliant marketing. I love it. I love it. I gotta ask you though, did you practice that? Were you just dying to have an opportunity to say, "Hi, my name is"?
No. I listen. Okay, so there's a lot of radio stations here in Atlanta, and there's one that has been a top 40 station since the 90s called Star 94. It was always one of the top 40 stations where whatever those, and then don't even call it top 40. It's like the same 20 songs just over and over and over and over again. And then a couple other competing stations came in, and it was just too much. There was like Power 96.1, and there was like, it's like there was just too much going on. And Star 94 just basically said, "Okay, we're out." And they stopped being a top 40 station, and then they said, "You know what we're gonna do? We're going to pick like the best songs from like the past 3 decades or 4 decades, and we're just going to play them." And that song right there, that song, Eminem, probably comes on at least once or twice. Hi, my name is. Hi, my name is. And I was just like, so, and it makes Jaden roll her eyes because every single time I like sing the song and she's just like, oh no. but Star 94 plays like all types of music now. It's actually really good because they really dig deep. It's like, 1 minute it'll be Eminem, next minute it'll be Notorious B.I.G., next minute it'll be, Spice Girls. Is like, what's happening here? And then it'll be Prince, and then it will be Motley Crue, and it's like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but this is great because it's all over the map. But anyways,
the map.
It's fantastic. It's love. But anyways, yeah, that song comes on a lot, so I don't have to practice because I get plenty of practice just listening to that station. But anyways, so that's a new album coming out, and and of course, by the way, congratulations to Eminem because his daughter Haley got married this past weekend, and this is a picture that captures the daddy-daughter dance. It's Eminem dancing with Haley. Most of you remember Haley as a baby. Not anymore. Now she is a grown lady. So, and she's getting married. I don't know anything about the husband, but I assume that he had to. I don't know. I can't imagine having to have Eminem as a father-in-law, and it's got to be certain check lost. Yes, anyways.
Wow. I think still that's awesome. Anyways, regardless.
Yeah. So, anyways, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and just skip through to the purple news because I know that's what people want to hear, right? Not
You're
that
for a response. Everyone's like, yeah.
No, I'm just everybody. No, I don't need to wait because I know what they want. I know what they come for. Of course. Thank you. Of course. Thank you. Thank you.
No.
Shut up now. Thank you. All right, let's talk purple news.
Be seated.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah. So the first thing we want to talk about, which we've already discussed a little bit, we're going to talk about the bowling event that we're about to do on June 6th, and I'll go ahead and do the drawing right now. I've already picked the winner, but I wanted to make sure that, we had quite a few entries, but let's talk about the event first, and then we'll just go ahead and do the drawing. But first, as you know, June 7th is Prince's birthday, which is coming up very, very quickly. Literally, we are 2 weeks away from it, essentially, right around there. Mm-hmm. And June 5th, there's an event. June 6th, there's a few things happening on June 7th. Obviously, his birthday. June 8th and June 9th. We'll talk about all those. But the first one we want to talk about, obviously, because it's close to our heart, is June 6th, which is the Live for Love bowling event, where we're going to, myself, Jeff Page, Maite, Shelby J, and DJ Lenka Paris are going to be at the Bolero in Eden Prairie, and it is going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun. There's going to be lots of music, lots of purple music. Obviously, when you got DJ Lenka Paris in the mix, she is going to be just throwing down. It's going to be so much fun.
Yep, lots of strikes.
Yes, lots of strikes. Not me. Not if I play. I am like happy I'd be happy if I break 100. I'm just like, yes, 102. I did it. Yeah, I'm not a good bowler at all. I don't do the spins or anything. I just kind of throw the ball directly at it. I've never.
You need the bumpers on the side or the little dinosaur or whatever they use.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't do the bumpers. But if the kids are playing, it was like, put up the bumpers. It's always good to have bumpers because Anyways, it's gonna be great. There are some other people that are going to be there, but I cannot say their name because I guess they got a specific marketing plan that they're doing. But I'm telling you, there's going to be some other very cool guests that are going to be at this event, and I'm hoping that they're going to divulge who these guests are sometime shortly. So just stay tuned to Funkatopia.com or Facebook.com/Funkatopia. As soon as they divulge who some of these are, it is going to be. Yes. Don't let us down, Jeff. He is the professional bowler. He's not going to be a professional bowler, and he decided that he wanted to be a musician and a podcaster instead. So he hung up his bowling balls, and he just You don't
No,
hang up bowling balls, do you? He
that's
bowling
because
on the rack, and he said, "This is what I'm going to be doing."
that's because of the top 5 regrets I had the courage to find and live my true self.
So if what was her name? If Bronny Ware comes up to you and she goes, "What's your top 5 regrets?" and say, "I should have been a professional bowler.
I should have been a professional bowler.
I
Well,
shouldn't."
should I get like a Funkatopia bowling shirt? Would that be that'd be
That would
cool?
be awesome. I
Yeah,
don't know if we can get them ordered in time, but that
I
would be
mean,
fantastic.
hey, I mean,
Yeah, oh my God, that would be great because the logo is already round. If there's some way we could modify them somehow,
the challenge would be
oh
there, man.
my God, man.
Funkatopia
I
bowling.
wish that would have been really good to have thought about like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
couple weeks
No,
ago
no
when we
more
might have
pressure.
had time to do something. I
The
don't know, you might
your
be
ex
able to order.
the
Actually, I might be able
expectations
to
are
do
gonna
it.
be way too high if we do something like that, because 'cause they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's gonna bowl," and then, like you said, it's gonna be like Wii bowling. Ball's gonna fly behind me, people are gonna flip up in the air and go, "Ah."
Like the Wii bowling where they go, ah,
It's gonna be just
where you let it go too early and they go, ah.
it's gonna be just like that. It's gonna be fabulous. Glorious.
Anyways, please, if you guys do not have tickets to this, if you plan to be up in Minneapolis during this week, because there's a lot of stuff going on. If you plan to be up in Minneapolis or Eden Prairie, this area right here, which is kind of like a little bit, this is actually west of Bloomington, please come because this is going to be a lot of fun. We get to hang out with you guys, and there's plenty of other stuff going on, which we're going to talk about. There's plenty of other stuff going to be going on for that Prince, so you don't have to just come for this. There's tons of stuff going on. But Marva King, who was our special guest last week, she said she was gonna come.
I was just
So
getting ready to say that. Marva King, come on now, show up.
yeah, I did text her and I said, "I'll put your name at the door. Please come."
She admitted she is a bowler, so
Yeah.
that's the one to watch. She's the
She
one
said
to
she was better than Jeff.
probably. I don't know if she said that, but I'll take that challenge. I mean, that's what I heard.
All right. So one of the things we did have a pair of tickets. Oh, if you do want to buy tickets to this, just go to funkatopia.com/bowl. That's funkatopia.com/bowl. And it will take you directly to the liveforlovecharities.org site where you can just look right on the page there and you click to buy tickets for bowling. You can go. Please go. And one of the things we did was I asked people, we have a pair of tickets to give away. And just wanted to say, just tell us your story, tell us where you want to go. And I was just kind of reading who I kind of felt like, it would really bless them to go. And so I kind of had to read through them. There were so many good ones. There's so many good ones, but the person that I decided on was Ancheska English, better known as Ann Ing here in the you kind of see her every now and then in the chat area. She is just so amazing. But basically her email went, my name is Ancheska English, and a longtime listener. I've supported Funkatopia events such as the Paint Party in 2021 in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and the Funkatopia Dinner in Chanhassen at Axel's in 2019. Yep. Would love to attend the bowling party to aid charity, honor Prince, see Maite again. I've supported her dance classes and talked to her there. She taught me how to pose in pictures and bowl and dance. I adore Linka Paris. She is uniquely talented Prince DJ. She has his 90s catalog on lock, and I need a break. This year has brought me a bad car accident. My best friend died in February and returned to in-person work after 4 years of remote work. And while I'm thankful for the lessons and all these things, I could use a reprieve. Fellowshipping with Purple people for a good cause, honoring Prince, who brings us all together, would be amazing. I hope to win the drawing. And Anne, you have. There she is.
You got it, man. You got it.
I think she meant woohoo, but we'll take woohoo.
She's still a little reeling from the car accident.
Yeah. Woo boo.
Boo boo.
So congratulations, and we'll make sure to get those tickets to you for sure. Absolutely. I cannot wait to hang out with you again. You're always so much fun to hang out with. And she's so quiet too. Love when she comes to events, she'll like normally sit at a table and she'll just be like, just kind of just taking it all in. She's
really, like I see her as really sweet. Like
yeah,
just
oh, she is.
speaking to her, it's like very quiet, very soft. I think she's awesome.
Yeah, it's
You don't talk much, but I've seen you at the events and we chat real quick and go about, and you're always like,
yeah, and of course, all you other people that sent me emails. It's not that your stories were any less, because I really was like, man, if I just had tickets to give to everybody, I just simply just would. I just, just kind of, it's got to just balance. But I hope you guys will come anyways. Please come. I'll be sure to, make sure that your stay is special. But again, if you want tickets, funkatopia.com/bowl, BOWL, and just go and just check it out. And I want to remind you, if you do buy tickets, be sure to email me your receipt, because we have the prize package that we have put together that is going to continually grow. This one we have the magical mystery jump drive that has some princely stuff on it, but I can't tell you what. I'm not going to tell you at all ever. You just have to just get it, and you're going to get home and you're going to be like, I don't even know what's on this. And basically you're going to put it in, and it's going to be a virus on your computer that's going to wipe everything out.
yeah, when you have it,
Send me your credit card info.
Yeah, exactly. We can't talk about it. Never discuss it again. Just stick it in your computer and call it a day. That's it.
Don't ask questions. Just stick it into your computer.
Don't ask questions. Computer blue.
And what was your
I
favorite?
was just going to say, I wanted to remind or mention it. And just remember, it's 2 tickets. So it's 2 tickets that you're getting. And so make sure you bring somebody, bring your favorite, bring somebody to hang out with. And it's 2 games. So you're not just getting into place, because, there's a ticket for getting in, and then there's tickets for the game. So you've got 2 tickets to get in and 2 games per ticket.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So,
And again, this is a prize package that right now has this in it, but it's continually growing. But there is you got a collector's Prince magazine from John Bream. You got the collector's Prince magazine, the Prince book. There you got Funkatopia sticker. You got the mystery jump drive. You got Prince money, obviously a brand new Candy Dulfer album, Funkatopia WTF mug, just like this one right here. Plus, on top of that, Gilbert Davison and Maite have told me that they are going to be contributing items to this prize pack as well. So there will be more things that will go into this. And one winner is going to be chosen from the receipts. It's going to be randomly done. This will be done on the 4th, the Tuesday, the 4th right before. So when you come to the bowling event, I will hand this to you. I will personally hand this to you. These items, and you'll so just make sure there's a little bit of room. I'm trying to make sure that these things are like flat, and so they don't take a lot of room so I'm not going to give you like some massive thing.
Yeah.
But other than the mug, everything should be pretty
People
flat.
Walk in the building and roll up on you, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it is. But yeah, so this thing is going to keep on growing, and again, in order to get into this, all you have to do is email me the receipt that shows that you purchased the tickets for the bowling to funkatopia@gmail.com. That's FUNKATOPIA @gmail.com. And I will put it in the drawing, and we will do the prize wheel. This won't be just me randomly picking thing. We will do a prize wheel with everybody's name on them.
That's right.
And we'll spin it. And then whoever wins will win the prize pack.
Whatever happens at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. So, also, here's something else that's going to be happening, and I figure I'll let you know about this. Normally what I would have done, and I've done before during his birthday, is we have the Uptown Radio. I had a graphic for this, but I don't have one. Uptown Radio, which is the Funked Up app, basically, that you can download for free for both Apple and Android. And we're making a bunch of modifications to the app that will be live before the celebration, but coming for the weekend of this event. This will happen June 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. So that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. On the Funked Up app, we will be doing all of Prince's music in chronological order from A to Z. Just one time, though. Just one time. So you're going to need to stay up.
Stay up this time. This is no go to sleep and catch back up the next day. This is not.
You're going to need to stay up.
Zombie mode.
If you think that your song is coming, you'll have to stay up for it. But it will be chronological. We're going to start with the numbers. So 1999 and all those things. So you can start numerically 7, 7, 7, 7, 93, 11. Like all the numbers will happen first, and then it's going to go A through Z. And
you got another number song just in case they didn't get it.
Oh, so you know what? You know what's funny is that I was going through and doing what's this thing? Yes, I do have it. I actually kept this document here that basically covers all. I keep on yanking this headset on my ear. And basically there are 43 songs with numbers on them. 43.
Wow.
With numbers on them.
Well,
and it basically 3 hours and 20 minutes of music of just his songs that have numbers. They have numbers starting it. No joke.
I love it.
So I'm trying to what was the longest one? The longest one was, which is pretty easy to guess, was S. There was 122 songs that started from Prince with the letter S. And so just in the letter S equates to 10 hours, 24 minutes, and 44 seconds. So it's just crazy. It's
crazy.
It's
hey, wait a second. Did we just get, maybe I missed this before. Laura Mahari, is that our first comment from X? From Twitter? Actual Twitter comment?
Laura, I don't know. It may be.
Laura, don't. Laura, you might be our first comment actually from a Twitter from X.
So yeah, I'll give you guys. You guys have the capability to screen capture. Okay, you guys can screen capture. I'll give you 5 seconds to screen capture it. There you go.
Wow.
5 seconds to screen capture it. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it.
You're answering
5
the form of
seconds
a
to
question.
screen capture it, but that is how many songs that for each letter that we have, and it's ridiculous. So yeah, so we'll starting, and I don't know when I will start on the 6th. I will let you know because I have to look to see when it starts and when it ends. Because I don't want it to end at some crazy time and I don't want it to start at some crazy time. So I always try to find the perfect balance, maybe like start at 7 a.m. and end at 7 p.m. I don't know. But anyways, it will be a lot of fun and you got to tune in. That's an Uptown Radio. So download it if you don't have it. Just go to Android or the Apple Store and look for Funked Up, Funked, Funked Up. Or just look for Funkatopia. You'll see it there. And Uptown Radio, you'll see it there too.
It's there.
So let's talk about the things that are going on in Minnesota during his birthday weekend. What's going on here? Starting on June 5th. June 5th, we have the Minneapolis Sound Museum is going to be doing Tales from the North Side, where band members from Flight Time, which was originally just the Time. Now, before they were the Time, Flight Time, they're going to have band member stories and music. And now you're not going to see Morris Day or anybody like that. I don't believe it's going to be various members from the Flight Time days, but it's going to be band member stories. And the Jelly Bean Johnson Experience will be there playing music. So there will actually be live music that's happening there. And that's going to be at the Capri Theater. If you want tickets for that, it's MinneapolisSoundMuseum.org. That's going to be happening on June 5th. So that is the Wednesday there. Mm-hmm. Thursday, June 6th is when Funkatopia, myself, and Jeff Page will be at Bolero in Eden Prairie, along with a bunch of special guests, including DJ Lenka Paris, who's going to be killing it over there. Plus, Maite is going to be there. Plus, Shelby J is going to be there. Plus, Marva King said she was going to also try to jump in. And I'm sure once I reach out and tell all these other people, like Paul Peterson and them, that, we're going to be there, they'll probably show up too. We will we're going to make sure this is going to be packed full of people, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So please come. If you want tickets to that, you can go to live4lovecharities.org. That's live, the number 4, lovecharities.org. Or if you want to make your life simple, just go to funkatopia.com/bowl, and it will take you right to the page, and then you can check it out. That will be there too. Then let's talk about the rest of the events. June 7th. First off, we got Maite. She's going to be doing it. This is all in the Minneapolis area, except for one that's a little bit outside. Maite is going to be doing a dance class called Come Dance With Me, and you're going to be able to take a dance class with Maite. She's also going to have a Q&A session. And that's going to be at the Cal Center for Dance and the Performing Arts. Yes. And that's going to benefit Live for Love and also Maite's Rescue. And again, that's at live4, the number 4, live4lovecharities.org. So you have that. Then that happens earlier in the day. Then a massive show happens on the night of June 7th, which is Tyka Nelson, Prince's sister, and friends present a night of purple music that will be celebrating Prince's legacy. And Tyka Nelson is going to be doing what she has said in some, I haven't seen it in print, so I'm assuming that people have said this is what she said. This is going to be her final show. She's just kind of done. Mm-hmm. But Tyka Nelson is going to be doing it. Also going to be there is going to be Adrian Crutchfield, Shelby J, Marva King, Donna Grantis from Third Eye Girl, BK Jackson, and St. Paul Peterson, and the Minneapolis All-Stars are going to be there. That is going to be at the Dakota Jazz Club, and you can get tickets for that at dakotacooks.com. And then if it happens to be sold out, or you happen to be in a bad way, or if this show ends a little bit early and you still got a few hours to spare in the night and you're just not feeling like you're ready to go to bed, perfectly fine. You just head over to the Uptown VFW and just go to eventbrite.com and search for Dance Electric 9. The event is called the Dance Electric 9, and it's going to be DJ Dudley D, who is going to be having a massive purple dance party there at the Uptown VFW, and it's going to be starts at 8:00 and it goes until whenever. So definitely check to see what the time is on that, because obviously you don't want to buy tickets to both unless you know. Figure out which one of those you want to do, because if you go to the Tyka Nelson show, my guess is that the event on June 7th, that the DJ Dudley D's thing is probably going to only have like a couple hours left if he's still going.
Right.
So just have to figure it out. But still, if you want to go hang out and dance, it's going to be freaking amazing.
Right.
Then go ahead.
No, I'm saying exactly. Go if you can. I'm sure it'll be going on. Send a spy ahead and let them tell you, okay, it's still good to come, and then you go. So work it out.
Absolutely. And then on June 8th, this is not real. This is the one that's kind of a little bit out. I think it's like a couple hour drive or whatever. It's in Walker, Minnesota. I don't know exactly how far that is. Depends on where you are in Minnesota, but Morris Day and The Time and Sheila E. are going to be playing live at the Northern Lights Casino in Walker, Minnesota. That starts at 7 p.m. You can get tickets at yapsody.com, YAPSODY.com. But it's Morris Day and The Time and Sheila E. And they're going to be playing. I mean, if you got money to burn, you can head up to the casino and just have a good time, and then check out an amazing show with Morris and Sheila and just jam it out. And then come back down to Minneapolis, because then on June 9th, the one, the only, the easy on the eyes, Michael Gabriel is going to be live. What?
Sorry. Mr. Custard himself.
Mr. Custard himself. He's like a smooth custard. He's like easy on the eyes, like creamy grits with butter on a hot day. That's Mr. Michael Gabriel. He is smoother than cream.
Smoother than cream.
Smoother than cream on a baby's bottom.
I like me some Michael Gabriel's with some cream corn.
His wife sure is lucky.
Michael Gabriel live at the Green Room. That's what it is. Let's get that out.
Let's get to that point. Yeah.
Green Room.
Michael Gabriel live at the Green Room. That show starts at 7:30. And he is amazing. For those who don't know who Michael Gabriel is, we've already said it many times because he's a good friend of the show. But he is right now, he plays guitar. He's that amazing looking, handsome man that plays guitar for Sheila E. It's standing off to he's always well dapperly dressed. And he has an amazing solo album that he just put out last year called Genesis, and it's fan-freaking-tastic. It's amazing. I think we still have links to check that out. I think it's funkatopia.com/Genesis, I think, if I remember the link correctly. I don't remember, but go see Michael Gabriel. That is live at the Green Room, and that's in Minneapolis, and you got to get that. I mean, it's just so much freaking fun. Unreal. So that just to say, if you go to Minneapolis, you're like, I'd really like to go bowling with you guys, but I just want to just go just for that.
I just don't have my balls, my bowling balls. I don't have my bowling balls.
We need to get the bowling balls off the rack.
I can't use a house ball.
I gained some weight, so I need to re-drill them holes.
Re-drill the bowling balls. I ain't got no bowling shoes. There's plenty to do. It's going to be an action-packed weekend. That's the point. The end of week through the weekend, it's going to be action-packed. So
why is it so hot in here? Oh, it's Erin Frigo. She's here. So it always gets warm in the room, and I had to look, and of course it's Erin Frigo. She's in the house. So there you go. And here's the other thing too, and I want to make sure that you guys know this. A lot of people are on the other side of the country.
That's right.
You guys are like way over there, over by California, or that area over there, and you're just like, I can't afford to go. Is there some place that maybe is a little bit closer or whatever? Actually, there is. There is. Can you visit that link that Olga is sharing and see what that link is, Jeff Page? While I share this information, because there might be some, because I know that there's some other things going on in Minneapolis too that we did not talk about. But there's lots of things going on. So if you're in Minneapolis, there's plenty to do. But if you happen to be in Houston, Texas, everybody knows that every year on June 7th, Craig Alexander and Prince Day Houston throw down.
Yes.
Throw down. Like they do. And on Prince Day, not only Prince Day, they've got. Now, when he originally planned this event, he was only talking about just June 7th, and that was it. Now he's doing a bunch of stuff. First off,
let me just say, Craig Alexander is doing his thing. So let me just say that.
Nothing new.
He is doing his thing, and he continues to do his thing. So if you are in those areas, these are the events to go to. And if you're just slightly out of state, you do need to go. Let me just get that out. So, he really knocks it out the park.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is sorry, my daughter needs paper.
My daughter needs
paper.
I need some paper.
So June 7th, Let's Go Crazy. He's going to be doing an event with special guest Brown Mark from The Revolution. They're going to be hanging out at the Velvet Room. So first off, there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff going on. It's going to be, again, Brown Mark from The Revolution, along with DJ B-Love and Liz Vaughn and Marvin Alexander and the UMC band live, plus Def Jam Blaster and more, all happening at the Velvet Room on June 7th. Is going to be pretty much out of control. It's just nuts. It really is out of control. Then the next day, they're also planning something on the 8th as well, which is going to be Purple Rain on the big screen at the Rooftop Cinema Club in Uptown, Houston, exclusively for Prince Day Houston. So be sure to use the discount code PR for Purple Rain, PR40 at checkout, and you can save 15% off your price of admission. Doors open at 6 p.m. featuring DJ Mulan. And there's going to be games, and there's going to be all types of, dancing to Prince's biggest hits and classics and B-sides and whatnot. And of course, you're going to be watching Purple Rain on the big screen.
There it is.
And then to close out that weekend on the 9th, they're going to have bonus tracks still going crazy in H-Town. They're going to be doing Purple Rain, REIGN, Sunday Fun Day at the Breakfast Bar of Houston from 5 to 10. There is no cover charge. There's going to be lots of food and drink specials, happy hours 6 to 8, Prince-themed specialty drinks, Cool Breeze Houston Live, plus Def Jam Blaster in the mix. And if you want more information on that event right there, that weekend lineup, that's Prince Day HOU. That's short for Houston, PrinceDayHOU.com for tickets to that event right there. So you got like crazy things. Oh, Olga is talking about, actually, Olga, I think we're going to be talking about that here coming up. Olga says her phone's being wonky. June 6th, Purple Rain open studios to benefit Purple Playground. Andrea Svensson will be there. She'll be supporting her book and everything. We're going to be talking about Andrea in just a second because she's actually on a book jaunt. So she's obviously promoting this book, but there's going to be a lot of things going on for this. But, obviously, you can't go without talking about the celebration. I don't know what's happening. I love following, the Prince and obviously Paisley Park, but there's this, they make some, I don't know what happens on some of these things. It says, thanks for supporting Celebration, where we gather from all over the world for our annual Prince fam reunion. This year, where we will do something new by dividing our time between Paisley Park and downtown Minneapolis as we celebrate the 40th anniversary of Purple Rain. 1 month away. It's kind of crazy that it is 1 month away. It starts on the 20th. That's right. It's 1 month away. But I guess what I find interesting about this is that, some of the things that they have going on or doing, I'm assuming that the tickets are selling well. Can we assume that the tickets are selling well?
I don't know. I would assume they're doing okay. I would assume they are.
I mean, I'm hoping that I would think that if anything, that these are it's getting close to selling. If any year they were going to be getting close to selling out, it would be this one.
I would think they're doing better, and predictably, they know they're doing better. I would think it's not as much guesswork because this year is like major. So,
I think whenever I see a post from Prince or the Paisley Park thing, I guess I get a little analytical, and it's like, it's long gone are the days of Prince where he would put up some innocuous message and be like, what do you mean by that? This is
don't read too deep into it. They just letting people know.
Val Allen thing. Somebody asked, is VIP sold out? I think, well, it was sold out for the pre thing, but I don't know if it is for the other. It may be. It may very well be. Both myself and Jeff Page we're going GA style. I had a great time doing VIP last year. It was fun. It was great. Matter of fact, they're using my image in marketing, sitting in a studio with a bunch of other people. I didn't share that picture, but people were like sending me the picture and going, I see you. It's like, oh, there I am. And I'm always sitting there with the same look. It's always a side view of me just going like,
That's the sound I picture when I see that.
So I got my mouth closed and it's just like,
and people see me, and I don't know. I'm very awkward, I guess. And in public places, I'll see someone, and I'm either cutting up big time or I'm super shy. Like, it's weird. They're like, "Hey, Jeff," and I'm like, "Hi, should I go over there?" And I try to like get out of my skin and go over and say hello. Otherwise, I can't really approach people. I'll see you at a distance. I'll be like,
Well, here's an example of some of the questions I always have. Like, I was really excited to see this post by Paisley Park. It said, thank you for helping to get our Instagram followers for Paisley Park over the 1 million followers mark. I was like, dang, they're over 1 million followers. And people was like, but actually, why am I surprised? It's Paisley Park. What, why wouldn't they be? However, when you look, it's not 1 million. That's 100,000.
That's 100,000.
That's not 1 million.
I mean, that's just a math thing. And if the new math, if you put it together, if they show their work, it probably adds up to 1 million. So
it's probably,
I wouldn't question
that. So yeah, I kind of question what actually surprising to me more than anything is that they left that post up there after everybody called them out and was like, that's not 1 million, that's 100,000. They just left the post up there. I'm fucking Toby. If I make like an error, I just delete it like it never happened.
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe it hit a million for a minute. It was like a milli gone. Maybe it was it.
Yeah,
it could happen.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's got to. All right. So yeah, we are going to talk. We're about to. I know a lot of people are. I keep seeing Andrea Svensson brought up here. We're going to talk about her in a second. We're going to find just relax for a second. We got a couple other things to talk about, but the first thing I want to talk about is the Purple Rain 4K reissue that's coming out. I think a few broadcasts ago, and during the news segment, we played, we showed a graphic of the set. It didn't have any pictures of Prince on it. It was just this weird DVD case, had a picture of a dove on the back. It just looked like it was weird. But obviously now we get a little bit more of a perspective of what's coming with this. Unfortunately, there's no, as far as we know now, there's no bloopers, there's no extended scenes, there's none of that stuff. Right. So that's unfortunate. But and I think the stuff that they removed was removed for a reason, which is because, and especially nowadays, it's just,
yeah,
it's just, so it just
can't really get away with some things now that you could.
Yeah, it's just, but now we know a little bit more of what's coming with this. This is the actual packaging for the Purple Rain 4K Ultra HD, and it's going to be released very, very soon. Video is in 4K from 5K, and I say 4K from 5K because I read an article that said they pulled the video from a 5K reel, but it was like moved down to 4K because I guess that's the only thing that people can handle. So I guess once we get to the 50th and we have 5K TVs, maybe we'll get a 5K one, but it's just crazy. But video in 4K, digital code to stream it. So you'll be able to use that code to actually watch it on your laptop or whatever else. There's going to be commentary from director Albert Magnoli, producer Robert Cavallo, and cinematographer Donald E. Thorin. There's a little featurette called First Avenue, The Road to Pop Royalty. And you're not going to get one, not two, but eight videos, music videos for Let's Go Crazy, Take Me With You, When Doves Cry, I Would Die For You, With Baby I'm a Star, Purple Rain, Jungle Love, The Bird, and Sex Shooter. So all that's coming with this 4K Ultra HD.
I just think about Purple Rain and Alana, she automatically immediately somebody goes to the bar scene and they start thinking about the bar scene, and I'm just thinking about this version with commentary, and I just picture getting to the bar scene and then you start hearing popcorn and now
like Michael Jackson in Thriller. Like being sitting there with a smile on his face.
Grab her boobies. Just grab her boobies.
Oh, that's all right. Hi, Mom.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, Mrs. H.
Anyways, so so at least we have a little bit more of an idea of what is coming with that Purple Rain thing. Now, all right, let's talk about it. She's come up a couple of times. Let's bring her up again. The one, the only, Andrea Svensson.
Yes.
On June, and this is actually June 12th. So this is actually happening event. There's another one that's June 6th that she's going to be making an appearance with this Purple Rain book, which is a beautiful book. There's like, I have not seen it. Actually, I did see it. I saw it at the Together show because Andrea Svensson had just gotten the actual very, very first printed copy of the book, and she was holding it in her hands, walking around the concert, holding it. So if you wanted to take a look at it, you could like flip through it, and she was holding it, and it was so awesome. It looked great. I didn't flip through every single page because I wasn't like, hey, can you stand here for 30 minutes while I flip through every single page and put my greasy fingerprints on the corners of every page?
I'm not done yet. Give me this.
Page 1, page 2, page 3. Wait, I'm not done.
Hold on.
Forward,
25.
index.
That's awesome of her to share that, though. Just the fact that she was there sharing that, I think that's awesome too.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, but she is in a variety of different places. Olga's talking about the there's an event happening on June 6th, where she's going to be doing a book signing to benefit the Purple Playground, and then of course you've got this one where she is going to be at Electric Fetus, the world-renowned record store. Rekisto in Minneapolis. that Prince would go to frequently. I'm not exactly sure why he went there all the time. I no offense to Electric Fetus, but it is so expensive. Like
what's the problem?
The quality of the albums are great. I mean, the good used stuff, but it's just like they are like their pricing for their albums and stuff is so much higher than a regular used record store. It's like and it's okay, but like when you look at the volume of their selections versus something like Cheapo Records, which is just no joke, like a mile away from there. Cheapo Records is like you could fit 4 Electric Fetuses inside of Cheapo, and it's like I just I don't know. It's just.
I mean, come on.
Anyways, she's going to be at Electric Fetus, and she's going to be showcasing her book. So I will go to check out. Well, I won't be there for this, but because I'll be in Atlanta until we do the 20th. But anyways, she's going to be at Electric Fetus on the 12th doing that book, Prince Purple Rain, 40 Years. And she's going to be there, most likely signing them and selling them. People are saying they're already getting them. I thought it wasn't released just quite yet. But yeah, but apparently it is. And speaking of Andrea Svensson, on May 26th, which is literally just coming up this Sunday.
Yep.
So this Sunday in Los Angeles, on Sunday, May 26th at 4 p.m., there's going to be a screening of Purple Rain put on by Footlong Development and Nance Art. They're going to be showing the 40th anniversary screening and panel of Purple Rain, and journalist and author Andrea Svensson is going to be there with her Prince and Purple Rain 40 Years book sale and signing at the event. And Funkenberry is going to be there. Obviously, Jerome Benton's going to be there. Jill Jones is going to be there. Andre Simone is going to be there, and special guests. And there's going to be DJ sets by C- and Chrome Queen. And if you want tickets, it's going to be happening at the Regent in downtown LA. You can go to footlongdevelopment.com. Again, that's footlongdevelopment.com. That's in downtown LA at the Regent. And it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, it's pretty awesome. So what are you going to do?
I like it. I like it.
I do.
Talk about action-packed, man.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. All right. So I know people keep coming up. We're going to talk about just a few more things, and then we're going to call it a night. So we're going to get, early night for you here, but thank you guys all for joining us. We're going to have a lot of fun, but, you actually are really value actually providing a very, very good segue. Property taxes celebration, property taxes win. That's a good segue. We're going to show you that segue in just a second. But first off, let's talk about a little bit more details that we know about the Purple Rain house. For those that don't know, the Purple Rain house is in Minneapolis, and it is where Purple Rain, some scenes from Purple Rain were actually shot in the basement of this house. And they have essentially decided to rework the house. The house has kind of been, it's kind of been run down for a really, really long time. I've had my picture taken in front of it. Many people have had their picture taken in front of it. And matter of fact, when Rob Rhythm came into town and I took him over there to have his picture taken in front of it, he was like, let's walk around the back and see what this thing is. It's like, I don't think okay, let's do it.
Let's go in.
So we didn't go in, but we walked around the side of the house where the entrance is that you can kind of go down into, and it was boarded up, but there's an entrance that you can go down into the basement of this place, and it was boarded up, so whatever. But they've done a bunch of remodeling to this, and actually it's quite interesting. But now there is, and the only reason why I bring this back up, because at this point we've already talked about this. This is kind of old news, but there is a brand new video that's out for it. Here's a little video that I'll show you. It's just 15 seconds. Watch this. And that's it. And that's it. That's the only reason why I was able to play it, was because there's no music behind it. But basically, what's interesting about this is that, this Purple Rain house has got Well, it's newly renovated property. It's going to be hosted by Princess Revolution bandmates Wendy and Lisa. We've had lots of debates about this or whatever, that hosting, you don't have to be there. Many of you have done Airbnbs and stuff before where the host is never there. You just they may send you an email or whatever, but it's being done by a drawing. Is that what I remember somebody saying? Somebody was saying it was supposed to be done by a drawing or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's that. You get to spend the night in the kid's bedroom, which is obviously Prince, where he crafted music, enjoying rare and special Prince tracks, and taking a private tour of the house adorned with Prince's real-life personal items. We've talked about the security of this, and how you're just letting people pick up guitars and you're letting people touch stuff and sheet music and all that. Like literally legit stuff from the estate. Is it really legit stuff from the estate? Yes, it is. Because now we have a quote from Londell McMillan.
It's crazy.
That he put into, that I saw in thesource.com. And it says, this is a quote from Londell McMillan. 40 years ago, Prince revolutionized culture with the release of Purple Rain. This year, we continue to honor his enduring legacy and masterpiece with a series of events inspired by Purple Rain. Whether you're a local or a visitor, join us in Minnesota this year for an exclusive opportunity to delve into the genius behind the music. Now, that seems innocuous, but here's a couple things that make it not innocuous. The first thing is that Londell McMillan pretty much is and has served as the voice of the estate now posthumously since he's been gone. I mean, with the exception of a few little tidbits here and there. I mean, you can all debate with me what you want. Whenever there's a quote that comes from the estate, it's normally coming out of his mouth. So that being the case, we now know that the items that are going to be in this house are actually going to be artifacts from Prince's estate. So the question is, how do you keep this stuff from walking out?
Yeah.
How do you keep this stuff from getting damaged? How do you keep this stuff from getting bodily fluids on it? How do you keep this stuff from happening?
Well, here's the piece that, just like brilliant marketing or secret or sneaky marketing is, not saying they're being sneaky, I don't mean it that way, but every item in there is not necessarily the original. So some things might be, some things you go, maybe that's not a good idea. You know what I'm saying? So there will be actual things, but there's no way that everything in there. I'm just not buying that. And if they did that, then it would have to be, you get screened on the way in, you get screened on the way out. Otherwise, you can't do it. You couldn't. So,
well, and this isn't just a simple tour. It specifically says in the ad that you can spend the night there. What are you gonna have somebody sitting in a chair in the corner watching everything that happens? This is like,
there's cameras everywhere. Maybe the candles are real. Like the candles are actual candles. It is, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's
everything. I mean, it could, but I just can't imagine.
Let me just say, if you are one of the lucky people who gets an opportunity to be able to do this, please be respectful in every possible way and don't ruin it for everybody else.
Do not ruin it. And you know who you are. We don't have to say who you are because you know who you are. So there.
And everybody that gets chosen gets a microchip in your neck.
It's
a microchip.
One of the things that you'll have on your
neck.
Bed, wishing you had done, and not stolen from the Purple House. I don't know why I had to go back there, but
anyways, it's just
we'll ruin it for us.
We'll figure it out. I mean, either that or they're gonna have somebody come in and check everything. Just like, did you take a towel? Did you take a washcloth? Did you take a flower petal? What did you take? This is not. There's actual things that people want. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's an awesome idea. I just, There's just no, like I said, there's just no way. I can't. I wouldn't accept or believe that everything in there. So, and nothing says everything. They said items. So
I know. That's just, it's just kind of weird. I don't know what, what you're doing.
magnifying glass, and that's real. That's not.
Mm. All right. So let's move on. Yes. Ocean puts it best. Just respect the legacy and act like you know. Others want to experience this as well. So, because if you guys go and screw it up for everybody else,
We will find you, and I have a special set of skills.
that's right.
We'll find you. I'm stopped there.
But the one thing I do like is the ability to be able to play unreleased music. I think that's kind of cool that you actually be able to go in and actually press play on the tape recorder and hear unreleased music. Now, here's the other thing too: is the tape going to walk away? Because I don't know. Well, it's this whole thing.
It's gonna be embedded in the wall. All you have is buttons.
And so I don't know if anybody. Let's move on. I don't know if anybody has ever been to the Chanhassen Cinema that happens to be in Chanhassen, Minnesota, but it is a movie theater that doesn't. I don't think it exists anymore. I know that the building is sold. I don't think they show movies anymore. I don't know if that's already happened or whatever. But shout out to Ike Siron, who sent me this information. But basically, the Chanhassen Cinema was a movie theater, and on the side of this movie theater is an amazing mural of Prince and doves on the side of the mural. It's really, really fantastic. And I'm sorry for those who are listening to the audio version of this afterwards, but on the left-hand side, that is the actual mural that's on the side of the movie theater. On the right-hand side, is kind of showing you what this looks like now currently. Where you have the cheesecake, not cheesecake, Jimmy John's or whatever that is, that sub shop. That's on the left-hand side. And then you can park in the parking lot right in front of that mural, and you walk around and you can go into the movie theater, which doesn't exist anymore. Well, thank you to Akay Saran, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, for sending me these images, because now they have sent a picture of, they're tearing down the mural, they're tearing down the whole Chanhassen Cinema, and is going to be repurposed. And this is what it will look like now. And there's the Jimmy John's, and the Chanhassen Theater that's down the right-hand side off of the picture will actually be torn down. And I guess,
are they gonna sell the bricks?
It's gonna be a parking lot. Basically gonna be a parking lot. But what they're going to be doing is that over on the left-hand side there, they're going to allow for a brand new mural to be painted on the side of this brand new complex. Pretty cool. So at least the one mural is gone, another one's coming. Does anybody know if that mural still exists right now? If it does, if the building hasn't been torn down yet, because I know in downtown Minneapolis, you have that huge music wall that everybody took their picture in, where Prince had his picture taken back in the 70s, where it was that massive wall with the music notes and everything. That is in downtown Minneapolis. And they were talking about putting up a building in that parking lot. But as far as I know, that hasn't taken place yet. And you can still take a picture. I don't know when that will be torn down, but if you happen to go up in the celebration, it seems like there's a couple of things that you're going to want to do. A is obviously get the picture taken in front of that mural at Chanhassen Cinema, which is pretty much, it's not right across the street from Paisley Park, but it's like you make a right out of Paisley Park and it's like down, I don't know, about a mile maybe on the left-hand side. It's kind of tucked away. But if it's still there, which I haven't seen anybody say whether or not it's still there, but still there, get your picture taken in front of it, because it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
And then the Schmidt Music Building in, thank you, Christina, for helping me remember the name. The Schmidt Music Building in Minneapolis, that is still there, but they have not they were planning on putting a building where the existing parking lot is right now. So you would not be able to see that music mural. And so if you're going up for the celebration, the two things that you need to make sure that you need to take a picture of is in front of those two murals, because most likely this time next year, both of them will be gone.
Yeah, I
So
feel bad. I feel bad for the artist that did the work. You know what I mean? Like, it's, that's something that you're like, you did and you're proud of, and it's up there, and it's, and then it's not. So
yeah, it's just
sorry,
kind
guys.
of, I don't know. All right. And then speaking of construction, I brought this up on Funkatopia, on the Facebook page on Funkatopia. For those who don't know, I put most of the stuff I post is on Facebook for whatever reason. Sometimes I'll post things over on Twitter. I need to start carrying that stuff over to funkatopia.com. It's like, yeah, it'd be nice to, actually put stuff up on the actual website. That'd be great. But somebody sent me pictures of some construction that's happening right next door to Paisley Park. Now, I was just in Paisley Park a month ago or something like that, and I do not remember seeing this. But apparently there is construction that is happening right next door to Paisley Park. For those who are watching, you can obviously see it. For those you can't, if you're looking at the side of Paisley Park, if you've never been to Paisley Park, this not visual, that explanation of the visual is not going to help you. But if you're looking at the side of Paisley Park, where they have the loading docks and where the actual gate is, where you actually pull in or whatever, on the left-hand side of that road that kind of comes toward Paisley Park, there is a bunch of construction that's going on. And on the right-hand side of Audubon Road, there is all this construction. You can still see Paisley Park through the trees there in that picture. There's a bunch of construction going on right now. And I was just there, and I don't remember there being a bunch of construction or
over there.
Yeah, it was actually snowing. It was snowing in April. It was April, so it was snowing, but it wasn't like snow. It was just, it was like this.
It was like this.
Yeah, it wasn't like this when I was there, because I think it already melted. So maybe this existed, or this happened after. I don't know. Anyways, this Olga said the other construction had started. I saw it in April, so I just didn't think about it. Here's what's interesting. I started asking people about this, and what's interesting about this is that Prince owned that property. Actually, what's interesting about this is that this was the property that belonged to Love for One Another charities. I see somebody in the chat room saying Live for Love charities. That's not correct. It was Love for One Another charities, which was the charity that was started by Prince and Manuela. That charity still exists. I'm not exactly sure what they do, but was one of the reasons why Maite had to change the charity, why the charity name had to be changed to Live for Love. On the other charity side of things, just because there was a bunch of stuff that was going on in the background. I don't know all the details. Don't ask me all the details. That's just what I know. So, and it was owned underneath Love for One Another charities. So I don't know all the details about whether or not it was Manuela that sold it. Did she have some certain rights or whatever? But from what I also understand was that the property had to be sold to basically pay off a tax lien or something like that. Now, Samantha McCarroll Hine gave a pretty there's always lots of stuff that's going on with tax liens and stuff, not to mention Prince's property in Galpin. Some of that was sold, but now the rest of it has been sold posthumously as well. So like a lot of property that Prince had owned in various places is either being sold, or like in the case of the Purple Rain house, he bought that. Now it's being repurposed into this Airbnb thing. Samantha McCarroll Hine, I don't know where she got all of her research from, but she shared some information about this construction that's happening outside of Paisley Park. And she actually had a little bit of information that sounded legit. Take this as rumor and conjecture, because I have not done the legwork to verify it, but everything she said sounded like she had done her due diligence. So I'm going to read what she posted on the Facebook post underneath the construction. So she seems to know what's going on here. She said, I looked into this in May of 2023. I never know what gets people going to say, I just want to know. To see what was happening with the land. The MLS had the owner still listed as Love for One Another Charities. And it said it was refinanced in October of 2022, and a new mortgage was taken out for $5 million. But the records on the Carver County website said the last sale was October 4th of 2022, which they would have listed even if it was just a refinance, since the records aren't quite as detailed as the ones on MLS. It's mortgage, mortgage place. However, they have a taxpayer listed as Messenbrink Construction and Engineering, which is a developer. And the new mortgage on the land is more than double the assessed value. Obviously, lenders will issue a mortgage up to the appraisal value, which is typically significantly higher than the tax assessed value, but usually not double. So it's possible that they took out a mortgage based on the future value of the land based on the development plan. Now, and then we also had some pictures here. There was actually a document that I found. Someone had said, check this out. And I actually found this that talks about the development projects in that what they're calling Audubon Business Park. And that is exactly what that is. So you have, if you look at the little map on the right-hand side, that's the Audubon Business Park is what they're calling it. And right on the other side of the Audubon Road, that's where Paisley Park is. But that's not on the map. I guess they kept it there for a reason. But this is actually from the Chanhassen, Minnesota website at chanhassenmn.gov/projects. And it said it's a new business park that will consist of 2 new Class A office/warehouse buildings located at, okay, it gives the address, and it says that's approximately 230,000 square feet. And the other is 165,000 square feet. And they will be constructed on a nearly 30-acre piece of property, previous undeveloped land that was guided by the city's 2040 comprehensive plan for future office industrial use. In accordance with the city code, the result is a blah, 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 blah. So basically, it's going to be an office industrial scenario. And of course, there's XL Energy, which is the same place that owns the massive auditorium in downtown Minneapolis. But it's like their service center or something. It's something weird. It may just be the XL Energy, the company. It has nothing to do with the thing other than the name. So essentially what's happening here is that it's going to be more offices and industrial. Pseudonym keeps saying that it's Maite putting the Live for Love headquarters there. I have not heard that.
Maybe we should do the Funkatopia. Maybe we should just put our office there and just call it a day.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'm sure my whole family would be like, yeah, let's go from Atlanta to Minneapolis. Let's do that. Or Chanhassen, which is in the middle of nowhere.
Pack it up, kids. We're hitting the road. Crazy.
Oh my gosh. All right. So once again, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I'll do one more plug for the bowling event that's happening on June 6th. Please join myself and Jeff Page, Mr. Christopher, for those who forgot who you're listening to, and Jeff Page. You can go to funkatopia.com/bowl and join us on June 6th in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, where we will be having fun. I will be hosting the event, walking around, talking to a lot of folks and jamming up, and DJ Linka Paris is going to be funking it up there. And then Maite is going to be there. And Shelby J is going to be there. Marva King said she was going to be there. I'm sure I'm going to make a bunch of calls. I'm going to make sure that there's a bunch of people that will come and just hang out with everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. That's going to be June 6th in Eden Prairie. There's so many things going on. You can check out all that stuff on the Facebook page, facebook.com/Funkatopia. But obviously we want you to come hang out with us. Funkatopia.com/bowl on June 6th. But there's so many really cool events that are happening. Jeff Page and myself will be there June 5th, June 6th. We'll be leaving on June 7th. But just because of previous engagements, unless something changes, we might stay. I mean, you might be able to.
You never know.
You never know. You might be able to talk us into doing something. I don't know.
A little something.
But just you know what I'm saying.
Maybe.
You know, Yeah. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us. We had a great time tonight. We wanted to do a little bit of a free for all because there was all these little mini pieces of news that we just kind of we got to do a show to kind of get all this out of the way and just have a good time. Next week, I don't know what to tell you. We have 2 more weeks of shows on the 28th and then on the 4th. And then of course we break into doing all the other stuff we're going to be doing.
And once again, Ann Eng, congratulations.
Yes,
can't wait to see you. So
one more time. Reach out to us at funkatopia@gmail.com, funkatopia@gmail.com. If you're going to the bowling event and you haven't sent me your receipts yet, please send me the receipt for your bowling to funkatopia@gmail.com and let me know that you purchased something. Entered you in the drawing. And we will do the whole spinny thing in a couple of weeks, and you will find out if I'm going to be handing you that prize pack that's going to have not only items that we showed you, but other stuff too that Maite is going to add to it, and that I'll probably add to it too. I'm going to go through my stuff. I was actually had like a bunch of double albums and stuff. Like I got multiple original Time Ice Cream Castles albums. I've got all. I'm gonna figure out stuff to add to it that's flat.
I'm gonna add to it. I've got some nice little measuring tape.
There you go.
Put a little 2 pieces in. my little clamps.
Oh my little nipple clamps and everything else.
Hey, mom.
Yes, no, mom's in bed by now, so we're good. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I hope you guys had a good time. We are going to be actually hanging out in Minnesota with you guys on June 6th. We can't wait to see you guys, but make sure you tune in next week. Not exactly sure what's going on. We're trying to settle some things in, but you know how we are. We'll figure it out between now and then.
Let me say this before we go. Let's make sure that we do the pizza. Let's get to your pizza shop, your pizza place, and let's do the pizza when we're out there. And then you guys, anybody who wants to join us, come join us too. We'll figure that out. But let's do that because
the problem with Gia Maria's is that there's not. I don't know that. I think there's only one Gia Maria's that actually has tables. All the other ones are just like you walk in. There's like you get the pizza and you
sit in the parking lot, man. We'll all like the food, but okay.
Yeah. Let's have a pizza get together while we're there. Why not do it on the 5th? Why not do it on the 5th when we get there? Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Or during the day of the 6th. It's not we're going to be bowling all day. We'll do it in the morning, like a lunchtime or something. Yeah. Just let us know what you guys want to do. All right. Thank you guys so much. Good night. I am your host, Mr. Christopher. This is Jeff Page.
That's right. I get it. I got it.
Never mind. Don't matter. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much. Good night. Get some sleep. Get some rest.